Okay, so again, we are in this beautiful series, and today I'm talking about still matching your insides and outsides. This is the match game. If you played that when you were a kid, where you had the little cards and you picked one up, not a match, no matcher, matcher, you would do that. That's kind of what we're doing. And the interesting thing is, we're starting out with our insides matching our outsides and vice versa, because they already do, whether you realize it or not. If your external world, your appearance, your home, your work environment, your desk, your car are sort of disheveled and chaotic, or feel that way anyway, chances are that's how you're feeling internally. So rather than saying it's either, it's easy, like when you're consuming a bunch of content, to get in this trap of seeing it's either the way I am on the inside or the action on the outside, right? You hear usually very duality type of videos where it's like one video will tell you, you need to take massive action, and the other video will be like, manifest and be in your mind and catch a vibe and all of that. And this, I'm hoping, will marry those two, because it is a both and. Again, there's art and science, there's theory and practice. So that's what we're doing with the match game. We're putting things together so that it all makes sense and we feel balanced and we feel like we're making progress and it feels good, instead of it feeling so heavy and arduous and intense. This is a way for you to create not only that balance, but that authentically to you. Instead of it being something like you're reaching outside you to find this thing, so you go buy all the stuff to match someone else's aesthetic because you think you'll convince yourself that you're that. I've done this, okay? I know putting on an outfit that is inspired by such and such person because they're this. That is a muse, and that is great. We make these vision boards and they have other people on them and not us. Other people's ideas and not ours. Other people's styles and not ours. That's great training territory because you can easily find your own style through those processes. So I'm not knocking that. I'm saying over time, I've learned to listen and honor my own voice, my own instincts, developing confidence and assurance and steadiness over time. I have not arrived. I don't think there's ever a time where we have arrived and we can put the crown on and say, yes, all hail Jen, because she knows it all. No, we're all practicing in whatever space and time and level, or whatever you want to call it, we're in now. We're practice mode still. We're playing the game, we're practicing, we're doing all the things. Just like if you watch an NFL player, they don't cease to train and practice because they've arrived as an NFL player. If they do, you hear about it in a negative way, and it negatively impacts a lot of people, fans, team members, coaching staff, owners. You just don't want to be that person. So anywho, let's get into it. Yesterday we were talking a little bit about your morning routine and setting up your day to start, but I want to back up a piece and talk about the night before. I've mentioned Fly Lady so many times, and if you have not ever heard of her, she has a book. It is an oldie but a goodie. I want to say it was probably late 90s is when it was written. She has a website. Her program, so to speak, at the time that I started doing it was back then in the 90s, was a lot of peppering with emails, but that was a time when I could take that and reminders. Now she has an app, but I want to just talk about one piece of that program. Feel free to check her out if you feel so led. All around, pretty much organizing your life. But the part about getting ready the night before, there are a few things that she does. And this is a setup for the next day. So while you may have your little charging station ready that we talked about, you may have your morning cup of coffee station or your getting ready station prepared, feeling better or aligned with what you're doing there, with what you want it to feel like. Getting ready the night before, she includes these things. One of them is called a PODA, Parade of Daily Adventures. This includes checking your calendar and seeing, do I have appointments in the morning? What time do I need to be awake? Where am I going? What am I doing? Do I need to call somebody? Do you have their numbers ready already? Do you have what you need for that meeting? Do you feel prepared? Take 15 minutes to prepare yourself. Think a little bit about what you want to be wearing and what do you need shoes? Are you going to go to the gym? Do you have your gym bag prepared? Set yourself up the night before so you're not in a mad rush in the morning, because you don't want to start your day in that space of chaos if you're aiming for peace. We talked about what mood, what tone are we setting. You can set that up the night before. Secondly, what are you having for breakfast? Do you have snacks prepared? Do you have lunch ready for the next day? So this is your parade of daily adventures, according to Fly Lady. I like that idea. That is something that has stuck with me forever. If I know that I'm going someplace, I'm checking my calendar. I'm keeping a written calendar again, because I don't need to be on my phone looking at my calendar and getting distracted. Number 2. She has something called a launch pad. I love this. I recently revamped mine. This is where do you put your keys? Where do you put your shoes that you're going to wear? In my case, a gym bag packed, water bottle ready. Where do you put your purse? Those things that you take with you, your phone, like Adam Sandler says, phone, wallet, keys, and then it goes on in that bit. But put that in a little basket or something by your door, or I have my keys on a hook, and I have my purse and things in a basket, whatever. I like to change purses, so I have those in a space too. And don't feel overwhelmed by I don't have everything in a perfect space, whatever. Right now, whatever you're at, if you're at, I don't even do this at all, start with, there's a designated spot that I keep my keys and my purse and my wallet or my phone. I know where they are. And my shoes. I know where they are. They are ready for me the next day. That is what Fly Lady refers to as a launch pad. And so let's say that you've already established that habit. Is it someplace that feels the way you're wanting to feel? Is it someplace that feels peaceful, or does something about it bother you just a little bit? For me, I had my keys hanging on a hook above my counter, so I would always set my purse right below that. It bothered me being on the counter, so I created a space in a little basket. There was something about that just felt better to me, and it has made a world of difference. It's just, like I said, this is about tiny changes that can make a world of difference. And we're going to get into the plan and the vision and the goals and the goal setting and all of that. That is definitely part of this. But you have to start with the basics, right? Again, if a kid is in kindergarten, you're not going to put him in physics class. So you have to know the season that you're in. Maybe at one time in life you felt like you had everything together, and you don't even know how you got to this point where things feel chaotic. And who knows and who cares why? Because you can start today to change things. It doesn't matter what happened. You don't have to evaluate that. I've been that person who sat down and spent hours and hours figuring out why me, what happened, so that I never do this again, learn my lesson. Oh well, it happened. You were there. You want to go here. That's it. It's just like if you're taking a trip. You put in your current location on the GPS and your destination. That's all. You don't put in why you're going there, what you're doing, or anything else. That is all important. That is why we have our journal time. We don't spend loads of time there, but we're setting ourselves up now from where we're starting now. There's no comparison to where you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, last week. Today is today. So we're going to use today to our advantage. So far, as a recap for this match game that we're playing, we've set up a little altar or charging station or like a centering grounding station using our senses. That was step 1. Step 2 was your little morning routine. Your first thing you do in the morning. Make it beautiful, or whatever mood you're going for, if that is for ease or peace. I love to break this down into like a monthly intention. So if this month you've been feeling chaotic, or you've been feeling diminished or disempowered, and you're reaching for the feeling of empowerment, or you're reaching for the feeling of peace, make sure that morning space, your coffee setup, or your, getting ready for the day setup, evokes that feeling. Use things you already have in your home. There's no need to make a Pinterest board. There's no need to go to shop. There's no need to order from Amazon. Just maybe gather up a little basket and put those things in a basket. Organize it just a little. Clean out the clutter. We talked about putting things in a box and putting it away. You don't have to go through a whole ordeal of, am I going to donate it, keep it, save it, sell it? No. Throw it in a box. Voice note what was in the box. Now you have that inventory. Call it whatever room you are, box 1, box 2, box 3, depending on how much you're boxing up. These are bank boxes that you get from Walmart. Easy peasy. Make this process easy and quick on yourself, and just move on to the next. So I was going to talk about style today, but I changed it up because I wanted to just reverse before you get into that morning time ritual to get your evening setting up your morning. So next up, we will talk about style. We will talk about your clothing, the way you're getting ready, and it is not what you think. This is you. This is genuinely you. This is not inspo. This is not copying. You can do that a little bit, but this is about finding you and listening to you, because the more that you do that, the more you trust yourself, the more confidence you'll build, and the more you'll be able to follow the direction that you want to go. And you'll feel less wobbly on the way. I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments below anything that you picked up on that has spoke to you. I appreciate you watching.